you come across a trading strategy video on YouTube, but how do you know if it works? Or you decide to write your own rules or your own logics and you build your own strategy. But again, how do you validate it? It is very difficult. But let's make it very simple in this video. Using both ChatGPT and TradingView, only their free versions, we are going to backtest any and all indicators and strategies that you can make. And in the second part of the video, we'll look into how you can turn any YouTube strategy into a working indicator and how you can backtest it on your own. You can validate it on your own. So if that's the case, what are you waiting for? This is Ajay Ajith. Welcome to MarketFeed. So the first step that you have to do is to come open ChatGPT here. So if you're doing it for the first time, you can find it on Google. You can log in and you will reach the screen. So click on the new chat option and ChatGPT will ask you, where should we begin? And it will ask you for a prompt. It will ask you what to do. So here I'll attach a detailed prompt. This is you telling the AI or ChatGPT exactly what they should be doing. And the exact prompt, the word-to-word instruction of what ChatGPT should be doing, I'll attach it in the pinned comment and in the description down below in a link. Come here, you'll open a document like this, right? So come to the very bottom here and copy the entire thing. So click on, right click and click on copy. Come here, come to ChatGPT and paste this prompt. Okay, so what all are we saying here? We're telling it, hey, you're a TradingView PineScript V6 expert. So TradingView, as you know, is a platform where you can run proper technical analysis. You can see charts of different stocks and you can understand and analyze it using different indicators. So here we are going to use the PineScript method or the PineScript tool editor inside TradingView to make your own strategy and indicator. That's what we're going to do today. So we're telling it, you're a TradingView PineScript expert. Your goal is to generate an error-free TradingView strategy. So here we have asked ChatGPT to follow a lot of straightforward instructions, and when we are going down, you can see that it has asked us 9 questions to us in order for us to answer and get the perfect working strategy. So let's look at what are they. It has asked us, hey, what's the strategy basic? Do you want to go long only? Do you want to go short only? Or do you want the strategy to go both long and short? It has asked us what the time frame is. It has asked us a simple one-line sentence of the trading idea. What is your entry logic? What is your short trade logic if you have a shorting strategy also? What is the entry frequency? What is the stop loss that you have? What is the exit if stop loss is not hit? And if you want any other indicators and any other symbols on the chart also, you can come and enter it here. So you can see that this prompt itself will help you create a proper working strategy. Yes, you have to know what you have to give to ChatGPT. We'll understand how to do that in the second part of the video. But first, let's look at if you have your own strategy, how to implement it and how to make a working indicator and a strategy on TradingView that you can backtest and validate your trades on. So here I'm going to enter a simple opening range breakout strategy that we can implement inside TradingView. Okay, and we'll give the instructions for ChatGPT right here. So what is the trade direction? I want the opening range, both a long trade and a short trade. So I'll give it that, both long and short. What is a strategy time frame that I'm looking for? 5 minutes, right? Mostly ORB strategies work on a 5-minute time frame. So that is what I'm going to look at. So what is a trading idea here? I've given it in a simple, normal working sentence. You can also write the same very easily. My goal is to capture momentum breakouts after the first 15 minutes of the market opening. Okay, that is after 9:15 to 9:30 a.m. I'm looking for a momentum breakout in either of the strategy, either in the upward direction or in the downward direction. So I'm also telling it to look at a close-based breakout strategy. I'll explain more in the lines below, but basically what I'm trying to say is the candle close logic should be looked at. It should not be just a small false breakout that I'm looking for. I'm looking for proper breakouts and candle confirmations. So what is the entry logic that I'm giving? If the trade is long, my entry condition is after 9:30 a.m. enter long when a 5-minute candle closes above the high of the 9:15 to 9:30 opening range. Very simple. That is the opening range breakout strategy. Hope you already know it. If you don't know the strategy, do not worry. It's a very simple logic. I'll give a video here in the I button where you can go and learn about ORB and similar simple strategies. Okay, so I've given the long trade logic here. Short trade logic is also very simple. Use the exact reverse of the long entry condition. That's what I've given. That means enter a short trade after 9:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time when a 5-minute candle closes below the low of the opening range. Clear? Okay, let's go ahead. Entry frequency, as the question it has asked to us, we have given the answer here. We have told it, no, enter only when the first signal is given and wait for an exit. There need not be multiple entries at the same time. Okay, maximum 1 long trade per day and maximum 1 short trade per day. That's what we are going to do. No over trading with this strategy. Does it have a stop loss? Yes. So what is the stop loss here? For long trades, the stop loss is at the low of the 9:15 to 9:30 a.m. opening range. Again, if you know the strategy, it is very simple, right? That means, let's say you have a opening candle like this from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And if the high is taken out, you're going to enter a long trade. Where will be your stop loss? It will be just below that low of the day. And that is exactly what we have given here. Similarly, we have given the SL for the short trade also. And what is another logic that I want to give here? I want it to be an intraday strategy. So I'm telling it, close any open position at 3:15 p.m. IST. I don't want it to carry forward any trade. I want it to be properly squared off by 3:15 p.m. If the target is not hit, neither if the stop loss is not hit. What else have I given? I've told it that, hey, strictly calculate opening range time and entries only after 9:30 a.m. IST. I've seen that sometimes if you tell it first candle, second candle, third candle, it doesn't make much sense because you will be keeping on changing the time frame in the chart. So if you always want to enter after a particular time, do not give after the third 5-minute candle. Give the exact time. Tell it only after 9:30 a.m. should you enter a trade. Give it a proper instruction. And what all do we want to be displayed in the chart? We want entry arrows, we want exit arrows, and we want the ORB high and the ORB low line. So very simple. Hope you understood. Anyone who knows the ORB strategy, it must be very easy for you to go through this prompt and to understand it. So let's go ahead and give it to ChatGPT here. So you can see that GPT is generating a PineScript for us. I'll tell you what a PineScript is and how to use it. But basically it is writing the code for us, which we can in turn put it into TradingView and get a working indicator and strategy that we can backtest. So let's go ahead, wait for GPT to complete it. So that is done. Come here and click on the small button. So when I keep my mouse here, you can see the option as copy code. So come here and click on copy code. You can see it is copied. So your next job is to come open TradingView right here. Click on products and click on super chart so that your normal TradingView charting setup is open. And after this, you have to come to the right side of the screen. You can see multiple options here. First, you see the watch list, you see alerts, you see a lot of different options, but come down and you'll see this Pine option. We have never explored it before. So come, let's check it out. Click on this triangle or this Pine option, right? Once you click on that triangle, this is the screen that will open up. So here you can see untitled script and there might be some text here. Do not worry. Click on this untitled script. Click on create new and click on strategy. Okay. So it will create a fresh new strategy for you and you have to delete whatever is here. Okay. So that you can have a fresh start. So come here and paste whatever you copied from ChatGPT. Earlier we copied something from there. Come here and click on the paste button. Okay. So I have pasted the entire trading code that ChatGPT has given me. Now what do I have to do? I have to come here and click on the save button. So what am I going to trade here? It is a 5-minute opening range breakout in India. It's a close based strategy. Automatically everything has come. Click on the save button and then let's see if there are any errors. Even though you ask ChatGPT to not give you any errors, sometimes it does give errors. So what is the error here? It has given an error in line number 24. Okay, make that clear. Line number 24, it has given that the condition of the if statement must evaluate to a bool value. That is okay. Come copy the entire error and remember the line code. Come back to ChatGPT and tell it error in line 24 and come paste the whatever error that TradingView has shown. So come here. Now it will generate a fresh code for you. I know sometimes you need to have a small back and forth. Even if you know the strategy, sometimes you need to validate it also. So let's quickly look into how you can do it. So the new code is written here. Hopefully this version is error free. Let's come back. Let's delete the entire thing and let's paste it again. So it is done. Click on add to chart. Yes, save and add to chart. So the indicator, as you can see, is live here on the chart. You can see that already in whatever chart that I've opened, it is already taking a long trade based on the opening range breakout strategy. You can see it right here. You can see the ORB high line. You can see the ORB low line. You can see that a long entry has been created here. Now, you see the strategy working. You can go ahead, you can go back. You can go back to any time and you can see where all, what all strategies have been entered, right? You can clearly see, hey, so it came back up, it took a long trade. Here again, it took a long trade, you can see here. And at 3:50 a.m. it was supposed to exit. So it had a time-based exit. So you can validate your entire strategy across all the previous candles. It is very easy. If you are giving it a simple strategy, you can verify it on your own that there are no errors. If there are errors, do not worry. Go back to ChatGPT. Tell it what the error is. Last time that I tried this out, I wanted to make certain modifications. I wanted to tell it, hey, short this trade only after a candle close. Okay. And I gave it this additional logic and it decided, okay, what are the changes required for this code? And it decided to write it on its own and to give it to me. So whatever is your requirement, you must understand it fully first. Then you can come here, give it to ChatGPT and it will give you the proper code. So next we are going to backtest this strategy. Before that, let's do one thing. Let's remove all the unnecessary lines from the Nifty chart here. Okay, that is done. And you must come here and you can see the indicator here. If you click on the small down arrow, you can come and see whatever indicators and strategies are live on the chart. So you can come here, click on the settings button. Okay. And what we are going to do here is that the initial capital is here 10 lakh rupees. We are going to change that to 1 lakh rupees. And the default order size, we are going to change it to 100% of equity value. Okay. 100% of equity value. So these are changed. It is very much required if you want to backtest your strategy. So let's go ahead and look at it. What do you think a simple ORB strategy's result will look like? Come, I'm also very curious. Let's look at how it would have performed in a simple Nifty chart. So here you understand, hey, in Nifty, a simple ORB strategy does not work. So you can see here, this is a proper equity chart for the last from November 17, 2025 to Feb 20, 2026. If all the trades were taken as properly as given by the strategy or the indicator, you would have been in break even for a long time and then you would have even moved into a loss. This is not accounting for charges. This is not accounting for leverage. Okay, so it is Nifty, but let's look at another stock or another index where this could possibly work. So let's look at the backtest of Tata Steel. If you want to find out the strategy report, you can find it below. You can come click on the maximize panel option here and you can see, hey, for Tata Steel, so it would have given you nearly 5% profit in your trade, and the movement of the equity curve is not that nice, right? Sometimes you go into good profit, then you come back down, then you again go into good profit, then you come back down, and now you're again in a good profit scenario. But let's look at if there are other better charts. So here you can see Tata Power. Okay, I'll make one more change before we continue here. I'll come here. And in the Indian market, we have something that is called as a leverage, right? So you have up to 5x leverage. So I'm going to give the default order size as 400% of equity. That means nearly 4 to 5x leverage is what I'm going to give here. And margin for long positions and margin for short positions is only 20% if your leverage is 5x, right? So that also I'm going to give it here. So it is going to give me the leverage adjusted result for this trading strategy here. So you can see that here, in the Tata Power stock, nearly 28% is the total PNL that we have got, right, over this last maybe 3.5 months time. But you can see the maximum equity drawdown is also not that nice. 21% drawdown in the strategy, and sometimes it was in a deep drawdown. From there it has recovered and now it's going to go up again. So you can see, and you can come here and analyze for all the different stocks. You can see Axis Bank, a completely different story here. A simple strategy that you thought you will work, it does not work the same in every stock and index. It works in completely different ways. So you can see here that Axis Bank is having quite the role, especially with this strategy. And you can see other stocks like maybe TVS Motors, they are not performing well. Nearly a 14% loss in the PNL is what we can see. Now, if you want to understand this further, there are a lot more details that are given down below. What is the net profit that you have gotten? What are the different types of PNL distribution? What is your biggest loss that you have gotten? Nearly 1.5 to 1.9% is your biggest loss. What is your biggest profit? Nearly 2% is your biggest profit. What is your average profit? What is your average loss? What is your win-loss percentage? Everything you can come see here. But if you want more analysis, you can come here into the list of trades. You can see this entire thing, right? A lot of trades have been entered over the last 3.5 months, obviously. So what you can do is you can come here, you can screenshot this entire thing one by one. You can give it to ChatGPT. You can tell it the exact instruction. This is the result of a trading strategy that I've run on this particular stock. Now analyze this for me and give me the proper metrics in order to analyze this trading strategy for the stock. And you can tell it, hey, tell me also if these metrics are good or bad, and if it's a good strategy that I should implement. Again, all this you need to do only if you see some sort of positive confirmation, some sort of positive bias. In the Tata Power report, for example, we saw that, right? So if you see some positive confirmation, you can go ahead and give all these additional instructions. So what have we done here? We have created, we have looked at a simple strategy. We have created a working script for it. We have put it into TradingView and we have backtested it entirely. We have done it very quickly for how many stocks? 5-6 stocks plus Nifty, very easily. So you can see here that the logic of creating a strategy and the pain of implementing in the chart for early results is now very simple. So what are the drawbacks here? I'll tell you that also quickly. So the entire logic here is for you to enter a stock. And here it is entering in the cash market. But if you want to do an F&O, a lot of things open up for you, right? You can buy an option, you can sell an option, right? You can buy a call option, you can buy a put option, you can sell a call option, you can sell a put option. So the world kind of opens up for you. So the better your results are, so let's say you're getting 30-40% results on your ORB strategy on a particular stock. You can decide to go on an option buying logic there. You can decide to build your own option buying logic there. If you are getting decent results, maybe 10 to 20% results, you can think of an option selling trade. Again, not really suggested for equity or stocks here, but if you find a good strategy that is working on an index, that's where I'm suggesting you can look at an option selling strategy also. So this will give you an entry indicator. It is an amazing way to build an entry indicator. But based on this first level of signal or entry, you can decide to trade whatever you want. That is one learning that I'll give you here. So now let's get to the second part of the video. You see a working strategy, a working video on YouTube. Now you want to validate it. You want to backtest it. So what do you do in order to do that? So come to Google and type in Notebook LM. Okay. So you can come to Google, type in Notebook LM. You'll get your link here. Click on it. Click on Try Notebook LM. So here you can see the Create New Notebook option. Click on that. And it is asking you to drop your file or a video or a website, anything that you want to upload here. So click on this YouTube icon right here and come paste any strategy that you want here, right? So I'm going to paste this one video that I found while searching for a good strategy. So I'm going to give it to Notebook LM and you can see that it has identified that video. So it has understood that the source that I've given provides a modified strategy for trading using the 5 EMA and 15 EMA indicators to improve market accuracy and confidence. So here this AI has understood the video. Now what do I do to get the trading rules? So I can type here, extract the trading rules from this video, right? So I've given it that. Let's see what all are the exact trading rules that will take out from this video here. So it is starting to look into it. So you can see the indicator, what is being used, the time frames being used, the execution alerts, what is the entry condition, what is the stop loss condition, what are the other rules for this strategy, everything you'll be able to understand it from right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this entire answer that Notebook LM has given me here. I'm going to paste it on our ChatGPT chat here, and I'm going to tell it, give me a PineScript for this strategy. And let's wait for ChatGPT to make the exact trading strategy that we want from that YouTube video that we saw. Okay, so it is making it. Let's try it out. So it has given me that. Come click on copy code again. Come here again, click on PineScript, add a new strategy here. Okay, we're going to remove whatever is the default things here. We're going to paste whatever ChatGPT gave us. We're going to save it. We'll call it 5 EMA sell and 15 EMA break strategy. Okay, saving. And let's add it to the chart right here. So after adding it, if it is an equity based strategy, come here, make the changes that we made earlier. I'm going to give capital as 1 lakh. I'm going to give it the order size of 400. I'm going to give it margin as since we have a 5x leverage, I'm going to give it a margin of 20%. So you can come here. Before that, you can see that it has already generated the buy and sell signals, right? You can see here the sell signal being generated here, the exit signal being generated here. You can see you can see all the indicators buy and sell exits properly defined here in the chart. So you can see here for the same stock that we looked at earlier, Tata Power, does it make sense? No, right? It does not, or it is not giving a good result that we want here. At least a 15% profit is what we are going to go for, especially for a trading strategy that is leverage. You can see here that the max drawdown is 21%. So not at all a good strategy for this particular stock. Let's see how it works in Nifty. Again, it does not work really well. Let's see how it works in Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, maybe it is working a bit, but you can see here that on February 3rd is where we are seeing a breakout in the strategy. That is also not good because that is the day of the US gap up open. The gap up opened due to the tariff update by Trump that we saw in Feb 3rd. So we have to ignore that. So if you are ignoring that, again, the strategy is not that interesting. I think again it will land somewhere in the 5 to 10% profit category where the max equity drawdown is again more than 10%. So here, what did we do? We looked at two different ways in order for you to build your own strategy and indicator. One, where you can come, build your own logic, give your own logic to ChatGPT and ask it to generate a strategy for you. And the second, where you can look at any YouTube video, anything that you see on the internet, create a working strategy out of it, validate it, obviously making sure it works, and then deciding to backtest it on your own. So we have made the entire process very simple. So hope you have gotten a lot of value from this video, especially if you are starting out. It's a very easy, simple process for any beginner to get into the world of proper backtesting. So hope you'll use all of these tools. They're all free. And if you have any doubts, make sure you ask that in the comments down below. If you like the video, hit the like button. And if you want to see more such videos around personal finance, around stock market, around trading, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I'll teach you everything that you need to understand about uncomplicating money in your life right here in this channel. So this is Ajay Ajith signing off. See you all. Bye bye.